box of this ill-fated airliner of Yeti Airways has now been recovered. Now, do remember that the black box contains extremely crucial information in terms of what could perhaps have gone wrong in the final moments before this crash. So the black box, we are told, has been recovered. Do remember that there were 72 people on board, most of whom seem to have unfortunately lost their lives in this crash. 68 bodies have so far been recovered from the site of the crash. And search and rescue operations, of course, are still continuing for the 4 others. Now, 4 out of the 5 Indians who were on board this ill-fated airliner unfortunately also lost their lives. Pictures on your screen are of the massive ball of fire that this aircraft essentially erupted into on its landing. Tanisha is joining us live from the news pit in New Delhi. She has more details. Tanisha, so we are told that the black box, which is essentially a flight data recorder, has now been found. Give us more details of what you're hearing.
Nupur, a big development in the case when we talk about the tragic incident that took place yesterday in Nepal, where the black box has finally been recovered today, and it will give us an idea about what actually happened in the last 5 minutes when the plane was about to land at the airport. Because remember, what we're getting to know is this plane was flying from Kathmandu to Pokhara, which is about a distance of 25 minutes, and soon after it took off. I mean, after 20 minutes of taking off from Kathmandu, and just 5 minutes before landing is when the crash had happened. Locals have also told Republic that it was because the pilot wanted to save the human settlement that's there near the airport is why he took a wrong turn. But the black box that has now been recovered will give out information as to what actually transpired during those tragic 5 minutes because of which the crash had happened. But also what we're getting to know is that the same plane was trying to land at runway number 12. The same plane earlier in the morning landed at runway number 30, but it is because of the pilot's decision to land at runway number 12, which leads towards the old airport, could have led to this accident, is what we are getting to know. However, officially nothing has been confirmed yet. What we are also getting to know from the reports is that there were 5 Indians on board, out of which 4 have been identified. They are from Uttar Pradesh. Identification of one other person, one other Indian, is also pending. However, all 72 passengers, 72 people on board that were there, 68 passengers and 4 crew members have been identified. Their bodies have been recovered, and it will be handed over to the families today, Nupur.
All right, absolutely. Now, what we're also learning at the moment, of course, is that this was a newly constructed airstrip, and perhaps, questions are being raised about its safety. And not just that, questions are also being raised about the training of the, of these airlines that operate in Nepal, because they do have a poor track record.
Well, rightly said, Nupur. Now remember, this is not the first air crash that Yeti Airlines has, that took place in the Yeti Airlines. There are several other plane crashes in Nepal that took place. When you talk about a history of about 5 years, and the deadliest was in the year 2022. Now remember, this plane crash that we're talking about, which is a 72-seater plane, the Yeti Airlines, it is considered one of the most tragic and biggest incident in the history of Nepal when we talk about in the last 5 years, because remember, nobody could even imagine a 72-seater plane who took off from Kathmandu. 20 minutes it flew fine, and soon as it was about to land at the airport, that is when it crashed. Now, like I was saying, there are reports who have been claiming that the plane was supposed to land at runway number 30, but it took a turn for which it was going to land at runway number 12, which could have led to the accident. However, technical glitch could also be one of the reasons. But all of those will be clear officially once recoveries from the black box, recordings from the black box
Tanisha, as you're
are
pointing
recovered.
out, obviously, the black box will be very critical. Thank you for joining us. We are now cutting across to pictures that we are getting from the national capital. These are of a protest that is taking place outside